Quarterback is Aaron Rodgers. Round 6, pick 11 is his current ADP. He is the 72nd player overall, 8th quarterback off the board.
We always do some research before we do these podcasts, guys, but I really wanted to look into the numbers, right, for Aaron Rodgers, because last season was it was amazing. Let's be honest. It was an amazing season for Aaron Rodgers, right? He threw for 4,106 yards. He had 48 touchdowns and 5 interceptions, right? That's insane numbers, right? So I wanted to look at his numbers for the other 2 seasons before. Because if you remember, in 2017 is when he broke his collarbone against the Bears, and then he was out for basically the rest of the season, and they were hot trash. They were just not good. So if you look at his numbers from 2018, right, he still threw for 40. He threw 640 pass attempts, which that's a lot. That's a lot more than I would even think that Aaron Rodgers would even throw, right? That's a lot of passes, right? He threw for 4,200 yards with 640 attempts, and he threw for 25 touchdowns and 4 interceptions. That's almost half of what he did last season.
Yes.
Right? Then you go to 2019, he threw for 573. He threw 573 passes. He completed 356 of those for 3,732 yards, 26 touchdowns, and 4 interceptions. Right? So he didn't even hit the 4,000-yard benchmark that we're looking for our QB1s, unless you're Lamar Jackson, who runs for 1,000 yards every season, right? Still gets you 26 touchdowns, has 4 interceptions. It is what it is. Then last year, it's 526 attempts. So it's basically his attempts went from 640 to 578 to 526. That's a huge cut, right? That's almost basically 120 passes from what he did 2 years ago. He throws for 4,100 yards and 48 touchdowns and 5 interceptions. That is beyond insane how much of an improvement that he had between those 3 seasons. 2 seasons, he was basically really consistent. And then this season, he just blows up and becomes this 48 touchdown guy who basically doubles what he had done in the past 2 seasons, right? I just don't see how that is something that's going to happen again. If he gets 35 touchdown passes this year, I would be astonished. I don't think it's going to be that high. I think it's probably going to go back to around 30. 30, anywhere between 28 and 34, I think is probably a safe assumption. But to think that he's going to do what he did last year, and I think most people don't. That's why he's going 8. Even if he stays with this Green Bay Packers team, Devin Funchess, and Amari Rodgers are the presumed, 2 guys that are going to start in 3 wide sets. I don't see how Aaron Rodgers goes anywhere close to what he did last year.